Hi, I'm Cassidy. I am the Executive Director of Climate Film, and with me is Jack Hannan. Jack is the Director of Checkout. Jack, thank you so much for being here with us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So Jack, you were a student at SOU when you directed this film. So can you tell us a little bit about kind of how you got into filmmaking and your decision to become digital arts and cinema at SOU?
Yeah, sure. Well, I started off, I always liked movies as a kid, and I was a Lego kid, and I loved making stop motion movies. That was kind of how I started. And that kind of led into 3D animation, and that led to VFX, and that led to making uh, an action movie trailer in a high school class for photography, and then that kind of led me to film. And I was also a theater kid, and we would take these trips to Ashland to see the Shakespeare Festival, and that's how I got introduced to SOU. And my freshman year was the first year they started the digital cinema program, which was the new film program that they started in the area. So I was the first round of students to start that. Yeah, and I just graduated earlier this year.
Wow, well, congratulations. That's so exciting and such like an interesting way to kind of get introduced to something through the Shakespeare Festival and through kind of the art scene as a whole in Ashland. So this film is like so kind of funny and like horror and like a little bit scary for like a 2.5 minute film or so. So what was kind of your inspiration behind it? Like, did you love like thriller films as a kid, or like kind of where did you get this inspiration for a film?
Well, I've always liked making horror shorts. It's kind of an easy genre to make as a student in film. So I've always kind of had a love for it, making cheesy effects. But the main inspiration for the story, um, I was actually a worker at the DMC checkout, which is our digital media center where all our equipment is stored. And everyone would have an inside joke that I would steal C stands and smelt down the metal. So I thought it'd be funny to make a short where the C stands take revenge on the checkout employee, which was my friend Thomas. He played the main cast. Um, yeah, and then there was really only one film that I took inspiration from in one of the scary parts, and it was the hallway light on and off. It's a short. It was a short originally, but then it became a feature film called Lights Out. And yeah, I basically kind of paid homage to that and replaced the creepy demon with a C stand for that little gag. But um, yeah.
Yeah, very clever. I have to say, I loved the effects in that scene. I was recently showing a family member kind of that. So that's really cool to kind of hear your inspiration behind it and everything. So, did you, as an SOU student, kind of like learn how to do those effects and everything like that? Or was it kind of a learning process on your own as an independent film, or was it an assigned project?
Well, the film itself was actually for the film club. We have a film club at the school that's separate from classes. And every October fall term, we have these horror short competitions. And originally they're like a minute long in length, but I was the vice president of that, and we extended it, and I got to make mine a little longer. But yeah, that was made for that originally.
I was just kind of curious, like how SOU has shaped you as a filmmaker, or like what you kind of went in and where you're hoping to go through now after the SOU program.
That's right. So for this project specifically, like the VFX and all that kind of technical stuff, kind of stemmed from what I already knew before the program, kind of my interest in VFX before filmmaking. But the editing, the coloring, the cinematography, lighting, even the directing bit, that all came from the SOU's program,
Oh.
in digital cinema. Yeah, if you take a look at some of the films I made before joining, they're pretty bad, but It shows a lot of growth since then. So,
Yeah, that's so
and yeah,
exciting. That's so exciting, Jack. And so now you're working for Nick Alexander Films, and what do you kind of hope to do in the independent filmmaking kind of realm? Do you have any projects you're working on? And how does it feel to kind of be on the other end of this digital cinema program and be out of college?
it feels weird not doing school because I've been doing it
Yeah,
all my life. So that's weird, but
totally, totally.
um, yeah, I'm glad that I have a pretty stable job set up. And I'm still learning more. I feel like I've done so much editing in the last 2 months. I've doubled my skill in it. But yeah, I just hope to continue to learn cinematography and professional lighting to better improve my own personal stuff I do on the side. I'm currently working on a project with another graduate, a mockumentary comedy film, um, and we hope to film that later this year. So I'm working on that, and then there's a couple of projects that are kind of floating around, story ideas that I'm wanting to do personally.
That's awesome and so exciting. And I really hope that you kind of follow through on those. And I was just talking with someone how mockumentaries are like totally my favorite genre. I just have such a soft spot for them. I think they're so funny and hilarious. And so it's awesome kind of the relationships that you've grown through SMU to kind of follow through on different projects just that are independent of um your work and everything like that. Do you keep up with people through your SOU program and follow through on projects like that?
Yeah. So I'm going to be working on a project with a fellow graduate in the same class that was in with me. But there are lots of other students who stay in the area who are wanting to help each other out, even help seniors who are still in the program. So there's a lot of people and students that were in the year ahead of me that have stayed. So we're kind of just building this small little filmmaker community of young young filmmakers. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome and so exciting. I feel like I talked to a lot of wonderful like Portland filmmakers and like the community that they have up in Portland sounds amazing. And so being able to kind of see that throughout Southern Oregon is really exciting, especially with younger filmmakers coming out of college and these programs and being able to connect with each other and kind of make those same connections and community sounds really special. So I'm really glad to hear that people are doing that because what a wonderful place to kind of like make these movies and throughout different locations and different genres. So going into the program, did you have like a favorite genre that you were interested in exploring, or like what kind of ignited your spark in filmmaking?
Um, that's a good question. I kind of feel like I kind of started off as I liked working with cameras and like editing mostly VFX.
Yeah.
But then kind of throughout the program that I did, they've now made some changes since I've graduated. There's now a Bachelor of Fine Arts program where you can like specialize in like cinematography or directing or sound even. But I took the one where I basically got to dip my toes in each of the different areas of film, and then my capstone reflects the area I kind of want to go in, which was cinematography, was my main one.
Wow.
Um, yeah, so I kind of have knowledge. I've learned a little bit about everything,
Yeah.
but I specialized in cinematography for my capstone.
Man, that's awesome, Jack. Congratulations on that. That's like a huge accomplishment, and we're so excited to see these young filmmakers coming out and submitting to film festivals and really sharing their work with the crowd. So Jack, before we kind of wrap up tonight, I was just wondering if there's anything you wanted to share about your filmmaking journey or about Checkout or maybe projects that you're working on in the future.
Oh gosh, I knew this question was going to come up. I mean, I'm not working on any personal projects currently. There's one project that's kind of floating around in my head. I haven't like wrote a script or anything, but it's gonna be mystery. I've never done a mystery before, so I think that'd be kind of cool to go into. But the project I'm currently doing is the comedy mockumentary with my fellow graduate. I don't know if I should say his name or what his project is. He probably wouldn't. I'm not sure if he would like that, so I'm just gonna keep it there. But yeah, I'm gonna
Well,
be his DP for that one. So
congratulations. That's so exciting. Yeah, well, definitely just feel free to invite him to the film festival. That's so we can all meet him and talk and make connections and everything. But yeah, congratulations, Jack. We're so excited to be showing Check Out at the 11th annual Klamath Independent Film Festival. And I just think it's so exciting to kind of see young filmmakers coming into their own and coming in, showing their work throughout Oregon at our Meet in Oregon Film Festival. So thank you so much for being a part of it. And we're excited to have you on Sunday. And be sure to stream Check Out on our online pass as well as in person on Sunday, October or September 24th at the Ross Rackham Theater. Jack, thank you so much.
thank you.